Howdy music fans, thanks for joining me for another video. This is my first attempt at ranking. And you may have heard me bitch before about ranking. And the reason is because when I get into an artist, I usually really like that artist. And I like everything they do. And I think of every album that they do as its own piece of art from start to finish, its own artwork that can't really be compared to anything else. It's in its own context. And so it's hard for me just to take it outside of that. And then stemming from that is the fact that when I like every album, and whatever I'm listening to in that moment, I like that. And so I'm going to like that the most. And so this is also ever changing. But that said, I thought I would try with somebody kind of easy for me, hopefully, and that is Creedence Clearwater Revival, which is one of my all-time favorite bands as a kid, and I still love them. I thought since they have such a small catalog, they might be easy for me to rank, and I pretty much know where to go. Before I rank, I'm going to go through their catalog, show you their catalog one at a time in order, chronological order, how they sit on my shelf. So the first album was Creedence Clearwater Revival. And then the second album was Bayou Country. And then the next album, I believe, was Green River. I hope I got these in the right order. And then after that was It Came Out of the Sky, and then Cosmos Factory, and then they started squabbling and having some issues, Pendulum, and then they really started squabbling and having some issues, and Mardi Gras was their last album. I'm not going to include live albums or greatest hits. They have so many freaking hits on so few. It's such a small catalog. It's amazing. Okay, so I'm going to try now and dissect these right in front of you and put them in the order that I would, from least from my least favorite to my favorite, even though they all stand the test of time and they all have their own merit. And some of them I think are going to come in as a tie anyway. Which is, you can't do that. That's not fair. That's not right. But whatever. Okay, so I think I got them. Okay, so here we go. The first one, my least favorite, and this one truly is my least favorite probably, is their first album, Creedence Clearwater Revival. They hadn't come into their, John Fogerty hadn't really come into his best songwriting yet. I Put a Spell on You, they do that great cover there. That's true. The Working Man, Susie Q, another good cover. 99 and a Half Won't Do, another good cover. Get Down Woman is one of his, not great, it's okay. Porterville, another one of his, not great. Gloomy, Walk on the Water, and I'm not going to go through the bonus tracks because that's not how these albums were originally released. So I just don't think they had come into their sound and their feel yet, and more importantly, his writing, because the sound was really, was almost kind of there from the beginning. It did develop and get more swampy and more Creedence-y, but his songwriting wasn't yet really there. So that's my first, my number, what's this? We have, how many do we have? 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's number 7. So coming in at number 6 would be their next to last album, Pendulum. And I actually liked these albums, the last two, when I was a kid. I had them on cassette and I did listen to them and like them. This one, Pendulum, has Chameleon, which is pretty good, and Melina, which is kind of a fun rocker, but it does this weird thing where it stops 2/3 or 3/4 of the way through the song for like 5 seconds or something, or maybe more, 4 beats probably, and then goes back in, and it's just ridiculous and weird. Then there's something with Hideaway. I can barely read this, but there's Pagan Baby, which is okay. Sailor's Lament, Born to Move is a good rocker, and Have You Ever Seen the Rain, of course, is one of their hits. Rude Awakening, and Hey Tonight was another one that got some airplay. It's a solid effort. It's just, again, they're really not hitting their stride just yet. Or what am I talking about? This is almost their last. They're starting to fall apart already. That's what I mean. Yeah, they're starting to fall apart already. And that leads me to the next record, which is a record where, what was happening was Stu Cook and Doug Clifford and Tom Fogerty were asking for a little bit more creative freedom within the band, and John Fogerty was saying, look, we're having hits because we're doing it this way, and we're making money, and we're touring and having great success because we're doing it this way. I'm writing the songs, I'm telling you what to play, at least that's what he says in his autobiography. And I'm putting everything together, composing it. So that's what's really working. And they said, well, we want to write songs too, and we want to have more of a hand in the band. So they put this out, and this actually I think is better than the last one, the Pendulum one. And I like some of the songs that the other players have on here. Let's see who writes them. There's Looking for a Reason, which is kind of a funny little hillbilly country-ish thing. That's a John Fogerty song. Take It Like a Friend is a Stu Cook song. And I like that one. I'm guessing he sings it. Need Someone to Hold is a Doug Clifford and Stu Cook song. Tearing Up the Country is a Doug Clifford song. And Someday Never Comes is a John Fogerty song. That's a wonderful song. What Are You Gonna Do is a Doug Clifford. Sail Away is a Stu Cook. You notice you've never heard of hardly any of these. Mary Lou, Hello Mary Lou, of course, is the Ricky Nelson song. Door to Door is a Stu Cook. That got a little play, and Sweet Hitchhiker got a little play, and that was a John Fogerty song. So a lot of Doug Clifford and Stu Cook songs on this album, and it really didn't do well. And this is their last album, and they really started falling apart. You know, they really fell apart there and were just done. I think one of the reasons I like this album is because I was in love with the band when I was a kid, listening to them, and I listened to this. I had it on cassette, and I liked it. The only ones though that really hit the radio were Tearing Up the Country, Door to Door, and Hitchhiker. Those are all Fogerty songs, I believe. No, Tearing Up the Country is a Doug Clifford one. But nothing else really made the radio, or got any play. But I do like this record still. I like the songs that Doug Clifford and Stu Cook made, or the songs they wrote and did. Who knows if they would have went any further, if they would have continued like this. We'll never know, obviously, if Doug Clifford and Stu Cook had more songs in them or had some hits in them. Who knows? It's kind of doubtful because they've continued on without John Fogerty and done, as far as I know, pretty miserably. And he's done pretty well. I'll do a John Fogerty video too eventually. All right, so this is Cosmos Factory is next. And I know a lot of people would put this up at the top, and because it has so many hits, right? It has Looking Out My Back Door, it has Traveling Band, it has Up Around the Band, it has Through the Jungle, it has Heard It Through the Grapevine, Who'll Stop the Rain, Long As I Can See the Light, a lot of great stuff. And then they do some Roy Orbison, Ooby Dooby, and My Baby Left Me is, I don't know who that is, probably something like Otis Blackwell again, or is that the same one that I mentioned earlier in another video? That's the problem with doing more than one video in a sitting. You get them mixed up. Let's see, who did My Baby Left Me? That is Arthur Crudup song. I did mention that in another video I just did. So I like this. I like all those songs. I certainly, Before You Accuse Me, I think Bo Diddley did that. It's a Willie Dixon song. Ramble Tamble is good. All of these are really good. I do like that. You know, it's up there. It's right in the middle. It's number 4, so out of 7. And I do like it, but it's still not my favorite yet. Haven't gotten there, but it's pretty solid, and it heralded a lot of radio play and hits. Next is really, really hard for me to come in with a number 2. It is just close to impossible. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to switch it right now as I'm talking to you. These two just feel like they are so freaking good and so solid and so on par and even with each other. I love probably every song on both albums pretty much. Bayou Country comes in at number 3. And I love their version of Good Golly Miss Molly, the Little Richard tune, which I played this to death when I was a kid. This also has Born on the Bayou. It has Bootleg, which I love, another one that didn't get any radio play, but it's a great song. Graveyard Train, I love. Good Golly Miss Molly. Penthouse Pauper, I love that song. It has Proud Mary, which was their probably biggest hit. Keep on Chugling is a fantastic one, and they did that live a lot. And that's it. A 7-song record. The rest of these 3 or 4 songs are extras. A 7-song record. I'm not known for liking a 7-song record this much. Usually, I think 10 is your minimum, but it is fantastic. It is just a wonderful record. All these songs are so great. They really hit their sound, their bluesy, swampy, swamp rock thing that John Fogerty became known for. Even though he's from California, and they all are. All right, so that's number 3. Number 2 is Green River, which has Green River, Commotion, which I never got into Commotion a whole lot, but it was a hit, I think. A great song. Tombstone Shadow, I freaking love. Another one that didn't make it anywhere. Wrote a Song for Everyone, didn't make it anywhere, but I love it. Bad Moon Rising, big hit. Lodi, big hit. Cross Tie Walker, another great one. Sinister Purpose, really good, bluesy, funky song. Nighttime is the Right Time, covering the Ray Charles, and the rest of these are extras. So just a solid record. It's really hard to, separate this from the last one. They're just two knockout punch, bang, bang in a row. Great records. Which leads me to the last record, and the one that I probably wore out the most, and that is Willie and the Poor Boys. And this one has It Came Out of the Sky. It has their version of Midnight Special, which I think was a hit. It has Down on the Corner, Fortunate Son, Don't Look Now, which I did a cover of on my channel here. Love that song. Side of the Road is not as strong for me, and Effigy I didn't like as much when I was a kid. I'd like it more now, though. Feelin' Blue, a little bluesy shuffle song, was really great. Poor Boy Shuffle is right before that. They kind of go into each other without a break. Their version of Cotton Fields, the Leadbelly song, is completely different from what Leadbelly did. They made it and turned into a country shuffle rocker kind of song, and wonderful lead guitar on it, and wonderful twangy guitar by John Fogerty. Just love his guitar playing, love his songwriting, and he's one of the greats, one of the American greats in songwriting and guitar playing and writing guitar riffs. So there you go, folks. For me, I'll go one last time real quick. Number 7 is Creedence Clearwater Revival. Number 6 is Pendulum, and all of these have their merits. Again, number 5 is Mardi Gras. Number 4 is Cosmos Factory. Number 3 is, very hard to put it at number 3, but it's Bayou Country. And number 2, Green River. And number 1, Willie and the Poor Boys. I'd love to hear what you think. You can go ahead, and since it's not very many albums, you could easily rank Creedence in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Please subscribe, please like, please comment. Tell me what you think of Creedence Clearwater Revival. And also tell me what you think of me doing videos without their music playing in the background. All right, thanks. Have a good day. Bye.